Inside of conversations, you have what's called trigger links, and you can find that by going into conversations and clicking on the trigger links section. I want to show you 6 important things when it comes to creating and using trigger links. First, we're going to create a trigger link. Second, we're going to create a custom value trigger link. Third, I'm going to show you how to add the trigger link to your email and SMS snippets. Fourth, we're going to talk about adding the trigger link to your email campaigns. The fifth one we're going to cover is how to use your trigger links in automations and workflow. And the final one is viewing your trigger links analytics. And that's going to show up right here. So let's get started. The first thing that we want to do is create a trigger link. Some ideas for trigger links could be Google reviews, Google directions, maybe even your social profile or your website. A very popular one would be going to your calendar or even an unsubscribed link. Let's go ahead and create a link. When you click on add a link, it's going to ask you to enter a name and a link URL. So what we would do is we would go to our calendars and then we would go to the calendar setting. And when I click on the specific setting, let's go ahead and pick our booking calendar request. I'm going to click on the share calendar, and there's 2 links, and we talk more about this when you're in the calendars feature course. But right here, you're going to see a calendar link and a permanent link. The permanent link stays the same no matter what happens. So if you change this link, do something different to the scheduling link, if you use the permanent link, that's going to be something you don't have to go and change every time you make a change to the scheduling link. So I like to use the permanent link. So I'm going to go ahead and click copy. You'll see it copied to the clipboard. Let's go ahead and go back. We'll go back to conversations. We're going to go back to my trigger links right here. We're going to go back to the blue button that says add a new link. We're going to give it a name. On this particular one, we'll just call this our calendar booking link. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in that URL right here, and I'm going to select save. Now, what I love about this, and you're seeing here, is what we call a link URL with a custom values. We have a whole entire feature course related to custom values, so you're going to want to take that course if you would like to use custom values. Now, what you can do in this one to just get you started is you can come over here and put in a name. And then you can click on this custom values and trigger links. And when you click on this little tag, you can search any custom values or any triggers that you've created. Used to, we had to copy and paste and find the code. Now it's all right here. So let's click on a custom value link. And let's say we added a link for our company logo. This would pull that link from a company logo that we created in custom values. Let's say you wanted to put an account link here. Then you would go down and you could put your website URL. This would be what's in this custom field. You'll see your little squiggly location website. Squiggly. That is what we call a custom value and where you can find trigger links inside those custom values. So you'll see right here, if I put our website, select save, and it's saved either way. You can use a custom value or you can use a direct link when it comes to setting up your trigger links. Once you get started using trigger links, you're going to continue to add more and more. At any time, you can go into your trigger link and select the 3 dots like I just showed you by selecting the 3 dots, selecting edit or delete. So when you select edit, this is where you would just edit the name and edit the URL or edit the custom value or trigger link. Now that we've created a trigger, let's look inside of your trigger links. I want to show you how to create trigger links using custom values. If you wanted to create a specific custom value, the most important thing to do is go into settings, go over here to custom values, and here is where you would create a new custom value. You can organize custom values by folders, however you'd like to make it organized. You can do things like campaign, first quarter promotion, second quarter promotion. And that allows you to use the same links. So if you were to use a custom value, you could have promotion 1, 2, 3, and you'd never have to go in and change the links everywhere that could be in your email. Anywhere you have those links, you only have to change it in the custom value section. So you can change that specific URL anytime using custom values. I strongly recommend learning custom values. It is an amazing tool. Now that we've got our trigger links all set, now what we want to do is go into our template snippets. The snippets, these are the quick ones. Remember when you go into conversations and you click on snippets. This is where we created those text and email snippets. So when I created it, I can call it calendar. Let's go ahead and do calendar. And you'll see right here, this was a quick snippet for an email. for a quick calendar link, you can create a new snippet, but let's go ahead and edit this one. And let's say we wanted to call this my booking calendar link. So right down here, if you were going to want to put in that snippet, what we're going to do is we're just going to select a spot that we want to add our trigger link. This isn't a link like adding a link where you embed a link. This is going to be the trigger link that's always going to be in every single email or text that you send. What we're going to do is we're going to look for the little tag, and we're going to look for the trigger link option right here. So again, remember, there are two URLs that you can do. You can add a embedded link, which goes directly to a website, or you can add the trigger link. We want to use our trigger link. When you go to trigger link, and we want to search the trigger link that says calendar link, and there was the booking calendar link. Just make sure you're looking for the one that is titled trigger links. You'll see it right here in small letters, trigger links. And then right above, you would see the custom value links for workflows. So what we're looking for is the trigger link. So be sure that you select the correct one, and it'll say trigger link versus if I were to put the custom value booking calendar, you'll see it says custom values. So one will say trigger link and the other one says custom values. So you want to make sure that if you're doing the trigger link, you select the trigger link option right here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select save. We would also do the same thing if we were doing a text. Let's go ahead and select text. We're going to edit this text. Now let's come in here, and instead of saying user calendar link, we're going to add that trigger link. So we'll scroll all the way down to the bottom, select the trigger link. Let's go ahead and search it by typing in the calendar, and there's my booking calendar link. Right here it says trigger link, and you'll see I had two. I have a custom values links for a trigger, and then I have the calendar booking link. There's my trigger link right here. It says trigger underscore. Anytime you save a trigger link inside of your trigger link, it's all right here, whether you do a custom value or a URL. It'll always be easy to go in here and edit versus going to every single email or text snippet that you put it on and go back in and edit every single one. Trigger links make it amazing to put in the same URLs and easily edit it from one space. It works the same way when it comes to custom values. So be sure to check out the custom values to learn more. For now, I like using trigger links when it comes to marketing campaign, tracking things like what we showed you with a calendar, or even Google directions. Now let's go take a look at our email template. I'm going to go ahead and go into marketing. Let's go ahead and go into emails. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select an email template that we already have. So I'm just going to open up a 1 hour before our email template, and you'll see right here we've put in a lot of custom values. That's our fun little squiggly line. But what we want to do is give them that location trigger link. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Some of the best ways to do it is not just on appointments and getting instructions or directions. It also could be your summer, spring, fall, and winter promotions. What we're doing is we're looking for this little icon here that says trigger links. It's going to be this far little icon. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look for that calendar link, or we would look for, in this particular case, we were trying to do a location link. So we can type in our Google Map directions. We can put that right here, and there's the trigger link. So when they get the email, every time they click on this link, it's going to put the text in right here automatically. Let's go ahead and save. It's going to show the text here, and it's going to show the link, and it's automatically going to be trackable. So when they click on that, you'll be able to see how many people want to click on your location. If it's a promotion, you'll be able to see how many people clicked on that promotion, spring, summer, fall. It's easy to track. Another popular use case is your unsubscribe. And I recommend creating a trigger link that goes to an unsubscribe page if you want to create your own custom page on your website. So when you go to a website, I can still track the links when it comes to people clicking in and saying they want to unsubscribe. And you can do that right here under the unsubscribe link right here. And you can add your unsubscribe trigger link here just by typing in unsubscribe and putting your trigger link right there. Make sure you leave a space before and a space after just to make sure that it doesn't jumble when sending. Now that you've got your trigger link set on any email, again, you can use custom values or trigger links. I really like using trigger links because I want to check the analytics, and I'm going to show you that here in just a minute. By using trigger links in email campaigns, whether it's an appointment confirmation or a promotional campaign, it allows you to track and analyze every time that trigger link has been clicked. We're going to go ahead and go back, and now what I want to do is go into automation. When it comes to setting up automations, you can use trigger links to set up a trigger automation. Go into a workflow. I'll go in and edit a workflow. Right here, when I go to the top for adding a trigger, I can add a trigger right here. Make sure you organize and title your workflow so it tracks your campaign, whether it's an appointment campaign or it's a promotional campaign. You want to make sure that you know that this is tracking your trigger links here. So all you've got to do when it comes to setting up custom value is we want to add the new trigger. So the new trigger is going to be, let's type in trigger. And there it is, trigger link clicked. This means every time somebody clicks on that link, this automation will run. We want to make sure that we select the trigger. We can't just put it right here. So let's go ahead and select. Let's go to trigger link. We're going to go to select. And what was the trigger link? Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do calendar. We did calendar booking link. So there it is. You can also add other filters here as well. But for my trigger link, I wanted to make it really simple. If they click on this booking calendar link, or if they click on this promotional link, or if they click on my directions link, what automation do I want to ignite by them clicking on that link? Now, your brain is probably going in a lot of directions on how many you can do. We can do trigger links for promotions. 1, 2, 3, seasonal promotions, spring, summer, winter, fall, calendars, directions, whatever it is. And then you just save your trigger. So if anybody clicks on that link, we know that this automation is going to ignite. You can add yours, send a text, assign it to a user, create an entire workflow just from that one single trigger. And don't forget, anytime you create a workflow, to always make sure it's published so the link is tracked. Let's go ahead and go back to our triggers. We're going to go back to our conversations. Let's go ahead and go back to the trigger link. And here we go. Now we want to analyze those trigger links. Now, when you click on analyze, you'll be able to select your date range and see how many were clicked. Look at this. You'll have the number of clicks here in a nicely viewed graph, clicks or unsubscribes. And when you scroll down here, this is where it's going to give you all the details. You'll see right here, unsubscribe, 2 clicks. And you'll see all of your links here and how many clicks were clicked. Now, you can change your page view if you have more trigger links than 20. You can change the page view to show more than just 20 per page. So that way you can change it to 100 and scroll down and be able to see all of your trigger links. And when you click on the actual trigger link right here, it's going to take you to the link of that trigger link. So you can actually view it right there, just in case you forgot. Just remember to select your dates. You can search a specific name by just typing in the name right here, like unsubscribe, and it'll bring up that unsubscribe right here so you can get right to the trigger link that you're looking for. Just remember, when you're analyzing your trigger links, to select the date range, search by title, or look at them all, and be sure to change the page view so you can select how many trigger links you want to view per viewing page. A quick recap: 1, creating a trigger link; 2, creating a custom value trigger link; 3, creating a trigger link, email or text snippet; 4, add to your email template; 5, using trigger links to trigger an automation; and 6, analyzing your triggers. You are set and ready to go. So what are you waiting for? Let's start by adding your first trigger and setting up an automation based on that trigger. I recommend starting with something simple like your directions to your location, things like an unsubscribe, or starting with your first promotion.